need my girl to get her lick back, okay? Oh my gosh, this is a full circle moment.
I was supposed to have 3 books done. Yo, I cannot believe what just happened.
I'm extremely disappointed. I also want to know what your favorite thrillers are. If you don't do nothing else, drop those down below.
Hey, I hope you're having an amazing day and welcome to the vlog. So I'm currently on my lunch break and I am reading The Weight of Blood by Tiffany D. Jackson. I started this book a couple days ago, but I'm only 15% of the way through it. I am really enjoying this book so far, and as I was reading it, I went in blind, but as I'm reading, I'm like, this book reminds me so much of the movie Carrie, and it was reminding me so much of it. I'm like, let me look into this. Looked it up and it actually is a retelling. But I also realized that before the movie came out, Stephen King actually wrote Carrie, the book, in 1974. So I did not know that. I had no idea. Yeah, but anyway, back to why we're here. I decided that I want to read thrillers for a week. Today is Wednesday and I typically don't read that fast. Like, I probably read like a book a week, but I really want to push myself to try to get like 3 books done this week. I know that I'm going to read The Weight of Blood, but I also want to read The Housemaid's Secret. And I recently just did an Amazon book haul and unboxing. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out if you're interested. But I picked up like 4 new thrillers. I definitely want to read one of those. So we will see what I end up reading in this video, but I can assure you that they will all be thrillers and I'm super excited for this. I hope you are too. So I will see you guys later because I need to get back to work.
Hey y'all, so it's about like 4:15 and I just got off work not too long ago. I got my matcha, I got my book, and this book is about a biracial girl. She's like a senior in high school who lives in this small town in Georgia, and she experiences a lot of racism at her school. Her home life is a little crazy as well, like a little deranged. She's going through a lot in this book. There's some points where I'm like, this is really sad. Like I really feel for this young woman, but at the same time, I cannot wait for her to get her lick back. Like I need my girl to get her lick back, okay? I'm not liking what's going on. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump back into it. Become so drunk on life and love that it blinds you to the hate threatening to drown you. Chew grief for breakfast, devour aches for lunch, inhale life's acid, let it burn the costume he has forced upon you. Period. Period. So Tanya and Kurt are talking, right? And Tanya is interviewing Kurt and she asked him a question and he's like, you know, there's no connection. There are, however, many people who do have pyrokinesis. I've interviewed them as well on my YouTube channel. Tanya says, pyrokinesis, a term literally made up by Stephen King, a fiction writer. We're done here. Oh my gosh, this is a full circle moment. But back to the story.
So it's now Tuesday and I'm currently on my lunch break, and I must say I have been doing a terrible job with updating you guys, with getting through my books. This would technically be the last day of the week for this challenge and I was supposed to have 3 books done. We're just gonna keep going because I only got 1 book done, so it'll be a little over a week, but it won't be 2 full weeks. So I think we can still say that I got it done in a week. It wasn't 2, it was just 1 in a couple days. Okay, I'm gonna do better with like recording and like giving my thoughts as I read, but I want to get into this book. Okay, so I finished it yesterday and I was gonna come to you guys and talk to you guys about it, but I'm just like, I don't know what to say because I don't know what I want to rate this book. And after great thoughts, I'm going to give this book 4 stars. Writing was amazing. There's definitely a big plot twist that I was not expecting, and I was really enjoying the story, but I do feel like a very important and large part of the plot was rushed as far as the build-up. There was a point where the focus should have been elsewhere, and I feel like we just dragged that point out too much. And so then it kind of led to like rushing other things, right? And because a really important part of the plot was rushed, in my opinion, it kind of messed up how well I connected and how much I really believed or could really relate to or understand what was going on. You know, that is my only complaint. But I feel like if more time was spent in building that up, this book could have well enough been a 5-star book for me. I really enjoyed this book a lot, and I cannot wait to read more stories by Tiffany D. Jackson. I also want to add that even though it's horror, it's YA horror, so it's not like adult horror. I've never read adult horror, but now I'm low-key interested in reading some adult horror. So after I finished The Weight of Blood yesterday, last night I started The Housemaid's Secret, and this is the second book in a series. The first book is The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. I'm currently 51 pages in, and I'm having a good time, y'all. And because I had such a good time with the first book, I didn't really expect anything less. Like, I didn't have super high expectations, but I'm just like, I know what I'm getting myself into. You know, I know what to expect. I know what the vibes are going to be. I know what the writing style is. I already know, you know, kind of like the premises from the first book. If you don't know, The Housemaid was crazy, y'all. So it's basically about this woman who has a criminal record, and her background kind of affects the jobs that she can get. So she's kind of like at a rock and a hard place, and she just, you know, accepts this job with this family, and they have her basically sleeping in a small room in the attic, like super small. I think it had like one tiny window, but they have this big luxurious, you know, house. I believe they even had a guest room, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, it just kind of goes along that story with her experience in that household, and yeah, a lot happens. I'm not gonna give too much away, but now we have The Housemaid's Secret, and it's good so far. I'm really enjoying it. I think I honestly know for sure I'll be able to finish this book by tomorrow. And like I said, I really wanted to get 3 books done for this vlog, so maybe start a new book tomorrow and try to get that done in 2 days, and then we'll be like done maybe Thursday, Friday. So it won't be too much over the week span, but it will still be more books than I've ever read in that amount of time. Like, I normally only get through a book a week or 2 or 3 or 4, you know? So we're doing good. We're doing great. So I'm on page 161, chapter 36, which is about 50% of the way through the book. So much has happened since my last update about 100 pages ago, but at the same time, I don't feel much closer to knowing what is going on. Who do I trust? So from the prologue, I pretty much know what this is leading into, but I just don't know how we're gonna get there. I do have my speculations about somebody that is, I don't know. It's just a little sus to me. Like, I don't know about you. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm gonna say about that, because I'm on to her now. I know to expect the unexpected. Okay? Period. What? I just said expect the unexpected. I know to expect the unexpected, okay? Period. Yo, I cannot believe what just happened. It's just like, where do we go from here? Like, so what's next? So I
I didn't finish the book last night, but I'm definitely gonna finish tonight. I just made it to part 3, and part 2 was so unexpected. I mean, the end of part 1. So the end of part 1, unexpected, and then part 2 was just like, what? This book really took a turn. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, I must say.
So it's Thursday and I finished reading The Housemaid's Secret last night, and I'm gonna give this book 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed this book, but some parts were a little bit more predictable than I would have liked them to be, but I don't know, that could just come with the territory of this being the second book in a series. What I really did enjoy was that the book was set in multiple locations. In the first book, The Housemaid, the book was pretty much just set in one home, and that can kind of drag out the story and kind of get boring. I also really did enjoy and like getting to see the relationships that were built in this book, because in the first book we didn't really get that. So yeah, I definitely recommend, if you have read The Housemaid, to go ahead and give this book a shot, because it is really good, and it's just kind of like a comfort read in a sense, for me at least. I was just able to jump into this book and I just flew right through it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and read the last and final book of this video, and that is Hidden Pictures by Jason, I'm not really sure how to say his last name, but Jason R. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into this now. I did go ahead and start it earlier, and I'm liking it so far, but not much has really happened.
Friday, and I'm currently on page 248 of Hidden Pictures, which is about 59% of the way through. So we've covered a decent amount of ground. I just want to say that I am underwhelmed. I went into this book with the highest expectations because so many people have recommended this book and rated it so highly. So I just assumed I would be one of those people who, you know, also loved it. So far, not so good. Okay, I am currently sitting at a 3-star rating for this book, and I thought it was gonna be 5 stars. So I'm extremely disappointed. First and foremost, I didn't know what this book was going to be about at all. Like, I went into this book completely blind, and so I had no idea that this would be like a paranormal thriller. I've never read one of those. This is my first one, so I can't say that I don't like them. I'm just not really feeling this one. Also, I feel like this book was going really slow. Like, we were moving really slow up until about halfway through the book. That's when something happened. I mean, it woke me up because, like, I was getting kind of bored, but that specific situation just completely caught me off guard. I will say that the character was already a little mysterious to me, so I had my suspicions about them. So it didn't necessarily surprise me that they were the one to do it. I just was not expecting that in that moment, so I'll give it that. Then I wasn't expecting this book to have illustrations in them. There's actual drawings in the book, so that is something I really do like. I know that it's called Hidden Pictures, so it's not that ironic that there are pictures, but as an adult I haven't read any books with illustrations in them, so I really do enjoy those. And then the last thing, I just feel like we're going like in this deep dive about the main character's history, and we're just like I don't know, I feel like it seems unnecessary, like it seems extra, and it's taken away from what I feel like the story should focus on. But maybe it'll all connect in the end. I don't know, so we'll see. Hopefully I come back tomorrow and I'm telling you guys, oh my gosh, you have to read this, it is so amazing, it gets so great. This last 40% right here, this is gonna be amazing. Like I'm banking on it. So we'll see. I'm actually pretty tired. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm pretty low energy at this point. So I don't know how much reading I'm gonna get done tonight, but whatever I don't finish tonight, I'm gonna finish tomorrow, and I will check in with you guys once it's done. Y'all, I have great news. I end up finishing Hidden Pictures Friday night, and it's currently Sunday, but I just never updated you guys on my final review of this book. I am happy to announce that I am going to give Hidden Pictures 4 out of 5 stars. Can we please have a round of applause, okay? Please. Give it up for Hidden Pictures, okay? The last half of this book was so good. It was so unexpected. The plot twists were twisting, okay? Like, I had some suspicions, but I mean, things just got really chaotic. They got so chaotic, and I was just like, things just happened one after another. Like, I couldn't even catch my breath, which is so crazy to me because the first 50% was so slow, and maybe that was done on purpose. But I feel like if we cut out a little bit of that first half, we would have had a little bit more time for the last half. Maybe we could have stretched that out a little bit, because I felt like it was a little rushed. But then again, at the same time, I don't feel like anything was left unsaid. Like, it fully wrapped up at the end. It was a very satisfying ending, I must say. Very satisfying. It even had me a little bit emotional. Like, I didn't cry or anything, but it definitely, like, you know, kind of tugged at my heartstrings. And it's so crazy because I didn't really connect to any of the characters or really like feel for them, but by the end of the book I did. This book pulled through like no other. My best friend was actually asking me, we were on the phone, and she was like, you know, which of these 3 books were my favorite? None of these books I like more than the other. Like, they all bring something different to the table, and that's why they're all equally like 4-star rating. Like, they're 4 stars flat, because they're all missing something, but they're all really good, and I would definitely recommend all 3. When I think about which book was the most thrilling, I'm definitely gonna have to go for this one. I was reading this book at night, and I definitely was starting to get a little scared, which is so funny. I mean, that's what thrillers are for, though. Like, I want to read the book and be kind of scared. And when I think about storyline, it was the most rare storyline. I mean, if you're considering reading this book, I say go for it. So you've made it to the end of this reading vlog. I hope that you enjoyed, and if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, as well as subscribe so you don't miss any more content from me. Also, leave a comment and let me know if you've read any of these books and what are your thoughts. What do you think? Let me know. I also want to know what your favorite thrillers are, so definitely, if you don't do nothing else, drop those down below. What's your favorite thrillers? I want to read them. And that's it. That's all I got. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. See you later.